You lit the sage, you pulled the oracle card, you asked your angels, and still you feel lost. You're not broken, you're just outsourcing. And this episode is for anyone who's ever used a tarot deck to avoid a hard truth, or who's called themselves burnt out instead of bad at boundaries. We're talking spiritual bypassing, victimhood as a strategy, and why healing has become the ultimate excuse to stay stuck. On Interested in Chaos, we're not here to take your cards away. We're just asking that you read them for yourself. Let the chaos ensue. I cannot get more honest than this. This morning, I went to my journal. I had my cards. I called in my angel circle.
Fucking gate out.
I know. I write my message. I do the things. And I'm always like pleasantly just surprised by what the universe has to offer me. And it's yay. And also like, ooh, like I drew some more, I drew some more void cards today.
Yeah.
And then I dropped the kids off at school and I brought my little sage bag and I went to my friend's house and we saged her house and set the intention for harmony and for peace and abundance and for love and doing this stuff. And then we had a real hard conversation about her life afterward.
Sure.
Like
yeah.
real, not hard, but like an honest conversation. Right? A grounded, a real based in reality conversation. I can't help but feel like, I don't know, maybe I need to humble myself a little bit. Yeah. But these like rituals that I have feel good to me because I'm using the information in my reality.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting any of that to tell me who I am or what to do.
Yeah.
And then again, maybe I need to be humbled or maybe I'm judging, but fuck it, I'm judging then. And then we get the others who want to work with the violet flame or who need to get the answer from Archangel Michael, if you want to talk about
yeah.
what Archangel Michael have for me today. And it's like, I'm literally asking a similar question.
Yeah.
And yet I sit here judging because it feels like a lot of people are looking for answers that way instead of looking for questions.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get this like spiritual community of healing and healers and energy healers and shamans and Reiki and all the energy shit. And it's like, in order to heal, but people are coming to these spaces thinking that that's what they need instead of themselves.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
It's always the problem. I think it's always an outsourced issue.
So like why instead of going, oh, I want more information about working with sacred geometry, that we don't just go look in the mirror and be honest about what we're struggling with and practical solutions for that.
And even allowing potentially the practical solution to be, and maybe this is going into that space of like using the sacred geometry to find out more about myself. Like that to me is practical.
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm trying to say. Well, I think I personally am using these tools for more curiosity than for healing.
Yeah. And I think maybe this is where I can give you some humility, is that you're coming from, and maybe this is a little ego, can give you a little bit of ego too. You're coming from a higher place than where most folks are sitting. And so you're using these tools as like this, I'm not even going to call it an elevated practice, but like just a different position, a different view, an vantage point, because you've already done the work where they're in that work right now. They don't actually know themselves. And so they're using those things to figure themselves out rather than using them as like expanders. That's it. That's all they've got. This is it. And this is going to tell me who I am and define myself without me having to actually figure it out and do the work. They're going to fucking get there, hopefully, eventually. I very rarely lose hope, but like I trust that if you're going down that path, you'll also realize it's fucking stupid. Like I completely
Right.
gave up oracle cards and tarot. I don't want to fuck with that shit's fucking stupid to me. Those don't give me answers. I'm the answer.
You're
I'm
the
the
answer.
interpreter. I'm
Yeah.
the fucking representative. All I'm doing is reading a card and interpreting it in my own life. I don't want to do that shit. I'll just answer the questions right away to myself. I'll
To
ask them
myself.
and I will receive. I don't have to pull a card. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. See,
You
and
know?
I'm like, they bring me like they're toys to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun. I fucking love it. I do it every
Yeah.
day.
And I think it's fucking stupid.
Yeah. Right. And so do I though. And that's where I'm having a
Right.
hard time explaining this because I'm like, I'm putting myself into some little echo chamber because I'm like, well, it's stupid when you do it, but it's not stupid when I do it.
I go with intention, and my
Like, how
intention is
dare I?
better than yours.
Right? Right? Like how dare I say and think that? But I'm either missing something altogether, or like the collective energy that I'm picking up on, that these are the tools that are going to heal you. I just don't agree with.
I don't
Right?
agree with. I especially don't agree with healing in that sense.
Yeah.
That's not. I'm at a point of like meeting my science with my spiritual side, where to me healing is for a doctor. Period. If you don't have a fucking problem where you need surgery or medicine or any of that fucking shit, no healing required.
Right. Yeah, we've talked about
There's
this
some
before.
fucking internal shit, maybe, but no healing required. You are not fucking broken.
You're not broken. Yeah.
So fucking stop that shit.
Yeah.
Otherwise, go see a doctor.
Is something physically broken? Well,
Oh,
it goes back to that whole conversation
broken.
about like waiting for your nervous system to be regulated before you can do the next
that
thing.
shit.
Like I am fucking so over that. But I guess here's my question, and I'm trying to stay grounded in it. Here's like, because we've done this work and because we keep talking about this and because we've seen like a lot of darkness and then also the other side of that, is it presumptuous of us to just say that? Like, who the fuck are we to just be like, fuck that shit? You don't need a regulated nervous system to do shit.
Yeah. Who are we? The people that actually know that to be true, I think, is the reality.
Yeah.
There's a real lived experience that I think can be
examples of it.
Right. And you want to talk to a doctor, go talk to your doctor about it. Like, it's funny too, I think, when people talk about like, oh, I'm burnt out. That's an actual medical thing. Are your adrenal glands fucking burned out? Because if not, then you're just fucking exhausted.
Yeah. Right.
You're just tired.
If your adrenal glands are no longer producing the hormones required for your longevity, go to the fucking doctor then. Like, your tarot cards are not going to heal your burnout.
They're not. If your burnout is real.
If it's real. Yeah.
That's everything is oversaturated and overused. Like, people love to say that they're burnt out. Are you? Or are you just bad at discerning things? Fucking put some shit down then.
Yeah.
Potentially. Like, when I think about burnt out, I'm thinking about that conversation that we had with Danica, where she was like, I went to the doctor. Shit was fucked up.
Yeah. Heart rate was up and
Yeah.
And she fell into a depression and the first time the burnout, like, she physically could not get off the couch.
Exactly.
Her body failed her.
Right.
That's burnout.
It's like when you are experiencing heat stroke, there are signs when first you're dehydrated, then you get a headache, then you can't move, then your heart, it's like that's the progression too. But to say that that's what it is, that's a very far leap to the reality. You're seeing the signs, but you're marking it so much further than what it is.
Yeah. Like, you're not gonna recover from a burnout if you don't change the places where you're putting energy. If that's what this is.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it's like, make a fucking choice then.
Yeah. Right. I will never describe myself as being burnt out. I've never been burnt out. Don't know what that is. Don't know what that feels like. Am I fucking sick and tired of shit? Always.
Oh yeah. I'm sick and tired of people victimizing themselves.
Yes.
And I can say that because I've put myself in that role.
I played that role very well. Yeah. And I loved it. And it's fucking exhausting too. It's so exhausting to continue to be in a state of victimhood. Like, just so much energy.
So much. Like you're like genuinely giving away your role in the choices in your life by playing a victim?
Bananas.
What? Why would you do that?
Bananas.
Why would you do that? I like control too much.
Now I do. I mean, I always liked control, but I think at a point I thought the victimization of myself gave me a sense of control
Sure.
because
Was a form of control, yeah.
yeah, and I thought I was controlling the actions and reactions of other people because if I stayed in a victim, I would know how that they were going to react to me because you had to be soft and you had to do these kinds of things and it felt very manipulative actually more than controlling. I was manipulating people
Oh yeah, exactly.
into trying to
Absolutely.
make
That's
me
what
feel
it is.
better.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah. But I think a lot of people that are stuck in some sense of victimhood don't recognize or will admit that it is a very manipulative tool. Most people wouldn't ever admit that they're being manipulative because they can't even see it for what it is.
Yeah.
But this goes back to that conversation we're having about like slapping a hoe, like let's get some like bring some more consciousness into our lives, recognize what it is for what it is and what it's getting you,
Right.
because this is what behavior is. We behave in a certain way in order for a certain outcome, and especially if it's in tight relationships and we get familiar with the way people respond to our behaviors, then of course we're going to continue it if it's giving us what we need and what we want, or what we think we need and what we think we want.
Yeah, and it goes back to, I think that's an important point because people don't realize that everything that we do is for a reason. There's always a goal behind it. And you think, like, for example, the victimization of oneself, you think that you want to be better. You think you want to be healed, but the reality is you don't. Your goal is accomplished. You've done it
You
and
got
you're
the
living
connection, you
it.
got the love, you got the support,
Exactly. People
you
care
got
about
whatever
you.
it was
You're doted.
without. Yeah.
Exactly. And so if you
Yeah.
were to change that, the reaction would be different. And that's not your goal. You don't want that. In
Yeah.
reality, you think that you want that, but what you want is already done. It's already received. He agrees.
He's like, fuck yeah. Truly though. So it's like, what will it take? What alternative solution then, if people in a victimized role are getting what they require in terms of relational feelings, I don't know, like the connection, the love, the support, what will it take for them to refuse that?
Change.
Yeah. Well, like refuse that response in return for more accountability. Like, how is that desirable? How do you explain to somebody the desire behind not getting what you want in order to be more sovereign?
Yeah. It's always a choice, but the choice has to actually exist for that desire. And so they got to get really real on what it is that they want. Because if what you want is connection and you've already got it, then you've got it, right? So then you have
Yeah,
to
that's
ask yourself, is this the connection that I want? For
yeah.
example, in that victimization, how your relationships with other people, let's say it's like a partner or a friend, when you look at those relationships and you see that the way that they treat you and you see the interactions that you have, does that bring you joy? Is that good enough for you?
Is it actually, like, yeah, like, is it actual joy? And have you even experienced actual joy in your life? Because if
Right.
we're constantly looking outside of ourselves for those things, then you probably haven't experienced the actual joy of being,
Right. Hmm.
or love yourself enough, or have enough self-worth or confidence or whatever it is to experience that inwardly first, to know that you don't actually require it in this way, and that you'll get a deeper connection by being genuinely you with the person you're with and not a victim.
Yeah, like imagine you're in your victimhood and you have that conversation with whoever it is that you feel connected with and say, hey, this is what I desire from a connection. And it's like getting rid of the attachment of them being able to provide it or not. You've defined what you need. It's either going to be them or not. And if it's not, you move the fuck on. Get rid of the attachments. Get rid of the identifying with that person or in that way or in that. Who fucking cares? None of that shit's real.
It's not real. Right. But they care deeply.
You got people that can actually go fuck off. Like, the gift would be to fuck off.
Yeah.
That's how much I care about you.
That's how much I care. Shove. It makes me think of that. I love this meme. I share it every time it pops up in my feed, where it's like the cliff and there's a human and there's a big hand and it's pushing the human off the cliff. And then there's just arrows everywhere. It's like God. God is the cliff. God is the hand. God is the person. And then there's also like hands that are catching the person.
Also,
God is the hand catching the person. Like it's all, everything's God. And it's just like, shove.
Because it is all God. What else is there? If you really believe that God's omnipotent and omnipresent and on all the omnis, right?
Oh.
He is also that.
Yeah. Yeah.